What's going on, guys? It's Expo Jesse, and today I'm going to take you through how I go through my daily watch list. Obviously, none of this is going to be financial advice of any kind. I'm just going to show you what I do. So, from top to bottom, I'm gonna look at ES. So we're going to go through /ES and look at the lines. So I have regular support and resistance here, and really that's going to be pretty much what I have drawn. So I have big resistance here at the 4108 level. Obviously, these levels are not like to the cent, so I'm going to play it pretty loosely. But inside of this shaded box is going to be an order block, right? So price moved up here. A lot of orders accumulated before price shot back down. So I expect there to be some more orders in this area. So huge order block here. I think it's bullish at the end of the day. We have higher high, higher low, probably an equal high, and then a equal low, and then we pushed up, made a higher high, higher low, higher high. So I'm going to be looking for the higher low. Pretty interesting. On our last move up, we didn't actually have to retrace that much. We retraced maybe close to the 382 level, but other than that, we didn't need to retrace any further. So price was pretty strong moving out of there. So if I'm drawing another fib, I'd probably draw from that last red candle just because I think that's the start of the move. Really anything, in this golden zone, if we need to get if we don't have enough buyers to get past this huge order block, which, I'd be pleasantly surprised if we did. But if we don't have enough buyers, we gotta make a regular retrace, I would think. So I'm going to be looking probably short, unless we trigger long over this 2 bar here, so over this 41.42 level. I'm going to be looking probably short down to the 40.28 level, all the way down to 4,000 flat. If we go under 4,000 flat, that's going to be a psych level, not going to be pretty to be under there. So really would not like to be under that 4,000 flat, but you can see we kind of that golden zone kind of falls inside of its own order block. So if I take my rectangle here and cover this order block or this golden zone, we have this order block where all these these orders did not get filled, or they got filled and there weren't enough to push through. So if price came back down, I would expect it to, if I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, something in this area here, and I'd be looking for a change of character to swoop up some calls down in that area. Until then, I'm probably playing short. Maybe we only need a 382 retracement, then we have a 212 day and shoot back up. Who knows? Obviously, you can see that the S&P/ES doesn't really need a lot of inside bars. We had one there, and that's the last 2 months of inside bars. We've had it. Maybe 10 inside bars all year. So once a month, maybe-ish. So really, we already covered our July inside bar. I think we would, if we really get down to this golden zone, an inside day, maybe before news, FOMC or NFP or something like that, could definitely help us build up liquidity to shoot back up. But that's the levels I have there. So, we have pretty big resistance here in an order block, and then I'd be looking to go short and then long if I'm looking for a directional trade on ES. So back to the scanner. So I have my scanner built into Thinkorswim. So I'm going to be looking for inside bars from 1 day ago, and scanning there. Actually, I messed up the previous recording, so I already know a couple of these. PayPal, MU, and Wells Fargo all were pretty darn good ones, except Wells Fargo wasn't super attractive. I said possibly bearish, big order block above, which is true. So if I'm looking at Wells Fargo, first of all, we have a big move and haven't retraced yet. So I've marked out my 50% retracement here. I could set an alert there for if we get to it. We cleared out some liquidity here, imbalances here in this area. And ultimately, my target would be this top of the order block here at 46.11. Anywhere, maybe not specifically there, but in that area. Pretty tons of rejection in that area. So, I'll mark that out as well as, just being an order block. So Wells Fargo doesn't look super attractive to me for a continuation play. In fact, if it were me looking at it in the lens of a bear, I would be looking to short this thing down to under $41. Pick that up, swoop that up. Honestly, if I'm looking to buy some shares, that's probably where I'd be looking to, with a target of 46.11. So that's Wells Fargo there. I said possibly bullish, big order block above. So not super attractive, but that is an inside bar continuation play if I were looking at it. Here's MU. MU is bullish or bearish, honestly. Obviously we've made higher highs. This was a higher low, but we have a double inside bar day. If I'm zooming in, that would originally 62.29 would be my long trigger, and $60 and 80 cents. These levels are not perfect for me, but $60.80 would be my trigger to go short on that inside bar. And honestly, if I'm looking at it, MU's been down in a downtrend. Obviously the whole market has been, but MU specifically, we're kind of in this area where it could be definitely on higher time frames. We're making a lower high, and if this does end up being a higher high, this was a higher low. But if this is a lower high here, then I'm looking to target these lows here at 59 cents. So that would honestly, MU's at the top of my list, looking for either a short or a long. Honestly, if you're looking long, your target's going to be here at 64. But obviously, you can see if you tag that area here. Let me mark it. If you cross over 63, 65, your next target's here. The low's $66 nearly. So, for a swing play, that's going to be a pretty good return there. So MU is definitely at the top of my list. PayPal, we have another situation where pretty much a straight up, except sorry, actually that was wrong. We shot up, retraced actually almost back down to the 50%, gapped up. So we have this gap here between these two areas here. You kind of can't see it, sorry, but let me zoom in. So down there in the 80 to 82 area is an imbalance. So looking for big money to kind of clear those out, if we had to retrace there. If not, we kind of already had our 50% retrace. If we are going to play continuation over this 87.68, my next target's going to be here at 88.70. Then ultimately, we're looking at the highs here at 93 and then up to 95. So PayPal, honestly, looking pretty strong for a bullish move. If I can catch some calls in a day trade and let those runners run, those might be able to go in the money by the end of the week. So I'll be looking at PayPal for sure. Now let me change my scanner to be current day inside bars, so that will show Friday's inside bars, and we got a lot of them. So we'll start with Meta. Obviously, I know Meta is going to be pretty thickly traded. Right back down to the bottom of that 150 zone, right? So actionable signal for me would be over the inside bar. So let me see here. Right over here, and I'll actually set an alert there and say long, but overall I'm really looking short on Meta. We had a higher high here, higher low, higher high, but maybe this is just an equal low, but either way I'm going to be looking kind of both ways on Meta. If I'm looking for a swing, seeing the strength of ES, I think Meta should follow, but they just had some earnings and well, actually, when was that? 27th. So yeah, you can kind of see a direction after maybe the next day or two. Obviously, how the candle closed, we're probably looking I mean, if continuation basis, if ES doesn't have to retrace or SPY doesn't have to retrace, I'd be looking long on that. But either way, under 155.21, we're kind of in a free fall zone. Meta hasn't been there in a long time, so um, you know, I, I don't know if I'm really looking to short Meta that much, but um, if I'm just playing what the chart shows me, then I am. So Meta is going to be a look. Same kind of situation as PayPal. If I can get, obviously when I'm looking at this chart, I'm seeing this huge imbalance here. Um, that I think if we were to go further down, we'd have to close that out at some point. Obviously these banks are sitting on, or the big money's sitting on tons of drawdown, but they don't really care because it's minuscule to them. But I think they'd want to close that out eventually. But getting them, that's a 50%, almost 75% move just to get to that imbalance. So if I do get into some calls for Meta in the next couple days, maybe I'd be looking to swing them if I'm already in profit. But definitely not a top candidate for me. Going down the list, Costco. We'll take a quick look at Costco. Oops, or that's Cisco. Sorry. So Cisco, same type of thing. I really like this over. Oh shoot, I'm still on the rectangle. I like this over 45.5. I don't really want to set an alert for a short here. Um, not not super interested in shorting this. Right, we have pretty clean. Had a pretty clean retracement, probably the 2.3 to 3.82 here. I don't really think we need to retrace much. We already hit the 50%. So Cisco over 45. Let me see what we're looking at here. Not a ton of volume, but the 45.5 calls, or if we're looking at the monthlies, the 46s here, spread's pretty good. So your target would be 46 even originally. And if I look a little left, well, we haven't been there in a while. So, huge gap fill again. So all that imbalance. If we do fill all that, you're gonna have resistance at 47.5, and then 48. So Cisco will also be on the list there. We'll just keep the ticker there. And we looked at Meta, and we'll go through and see anything else. If anything else, MU, like we said already, is on there. J&J, not a ton else. Chewy and Upstart, both of those I've played in the past. Upstart, obviously, not very attractive. Really only looking short, and not a ton of room to the downside, especially not predictability wise. So, and then Chewy. Let's see. So gap down. We've got we had earnings in July there, or sorry, June. You could definitely play to the upside here, or I could definitely play to the upside there. To the downside, honestly, it looks more attractive to me. I'd be looking under the bottom of this inside bar. Honestly, that's probably the only alert I'll set. So under 37.50 to the short. Long, I will set an alert on just to see. It's not as attractive long as it is short to me. I know that we have up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This gap up kind of scares me, but if we were to go long, the target would be $41. Then the huge order block you see here. Other than that, Let's take a quick look at NQ. I know I don't alert it, but I do play NQ. Same kind of thing as ES here. So if I'm looking at the fib retrace, we had a clean 50% tap, and if I'm looking at my targets here, let me change this real quick. So 0.25, change that to green. 0.618, change that to green. And then save that as default. So, oops, it didn't do it. Sorry. Negative 0.25, sorry. And a negative 618. There we go. So, actually, you've already hit your target for, if you do play fibs like I do, you already hit your first price target there at negative 25%. Pretty huge resistance here, as you can see to the left at that area. Pretty huge resistance there at 12,900. And then 13,000 obviously is going to be a pretty big psych level. We're hanging out right now around 12,920. Honestly, if we hold over this 12,900 area, your ultimate price target is that 618 level. So 13,400. That would be probably where I'm looking. So obviously NQ is not going to just ignore ES. If ES needs to retrace, NQ will as well. But if I'm looking here at this whole move, I probably would only expect a 38.2 retrace, come back to this order block. If we break under this order block here, I would probably expect it to go to at least the golden zone, maybe even deeper. So the optimist in me probably says we go to a 38.2 and retrace. So we'll see over 12,650. That's honestly probably as low as I think we'll go unless we need to retrace further. But that would be the watch list for the week. So short list there: MU, Wells Fargo, possibly PayPal, ES, Cisco, Meta. Then obviously my scanner will tell me whatever else shows up throughout the week. There's the quick list of all the. Also, I'll just end it on there. There's the list of all the inside bars from Friday. And yeah, hope you guys have a great week. Trade safe, stay healthy. Have a good one, guys.